Howdy everybody, this is Kentucky Ranger. This Mondays with Mom's a little different. We're starting the interviews. We haven't heard back from the retirement home yet. But in the meantime, we went to visit a good friend of ours we just met. Joe Wilson lives just up the street from us, and the way we found him was kind of funny. Is Carla, she's really into flowers, and this past spring she noticed his irises out in his front yard. So she had me pull in, and she went in and talked to him. She got some irises from him, and really cool guy. And so first official interview outside of Mondays with Mom is going to be Joe Wilson. I think you're going to enjoy it. He's really funny. In fact, I have a feeling we're going to be back to visit him a couple more times because he is full of stories. And anyhow, I hope y'all enjoy watching the interview. It's going to be a two-part interview because we couldn't get enough of him, and it went on and on and on. Now this isn't going to be one of those deals where we have to tune in next Monday. So what we're going to do is today you're watching this, you're going to see part one, and then tomorrow you're going to see part two, because he's really interesting. He's a really cool guy, and like I said, here in the near future you're going to see more of him here and there because he's got a lot of stories to tell. In fact, there's a lot of people around here that do. And anyhow, I hope you enjoy part one of Joe Wilson's interview. Part two is going to be tomorrow, Tuesday, 6 a.m. just like this is 6 a.m. You're watching this. If you're watching it bright and early 6 a.m., get on because I'm in bed. But anyhow, I appreciate y'all watching, and when it allows, Mom's going to be along with us for the interviews. But she wasn't feeling real good today, so it's been hot. It's so hot. So anyhow, enjoy this, and you'll see Mom. You'll see Mom here and there, and we'll be having more interactions, and plus we're going to be doing the Universal Yums snack crate thingies, and we'll be doing some stuff. So don't feel bad. Mom's still here, and so anyhow, enjoy the first official interview, I guess, outside of our house, or my mom's house. Anyhow, this is Joe Wilson, and I hope y'all enjoy it. This, like I said, this is part one. Part two will be tomorrow. So God bless and enjoy. Thanks.
Shall I call myself Bluegrass Barbie, your sidekick?
Whatever you want to call yourself.
That's my nickname, Bluegrass Barbie.
Okay, I used to run food CBs. I was a sewer rat.
Oh, okay.
Number 3.
His is Kentucky Ranger.
Oh, okay.
All right, well.
Number 3 out of Winchester.
Well.
That was.
So you want to take the questions here? Well,
okay,
we can get
40 years ago.
Let me introduce
we can get start. Well, let's get started first. I need your name.
Joe Wilson.
Joe Wilson.
Other words known as Joseph, Joseph E., or when it comes time to eat, hey you.
Just as long as they get the name right on your check.
Exactly.
That's right.
Whatever.
And I need permission that we can use this on YouTube.
You can use it on YouTube if you wish.
Alrighty.
Don't know anything about these things anymore.
Well,
my daughter's been telling me that I need to get back into the swing.
Hey, you should, yeah.
So I bought a computer the other day.
Well, there you go.
See?
Yeah, good one.
Yes.
Awesome.
$119.
Hey.
Nice.
Been revamped. I figured it was a school trade-in, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, whatever works.
But it said you don't use this disc for nothing. Then I turned ring it up there. It says if you want to access the games, if you want to access the movies, if you want to access this, that, and the other, put the disc in.
Right.
I said, well, it said not to put the disc in. So I just closed it down, and I'm going to wait till she gets here.
That's so
Who's
funny.
on first? What's on second? Am I right?
Exactly. I remember the first computer I had, bought it, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago out of Walmart. Price of the thing was almost $2,000.
Lord, yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, nice big one, printer. Now, the daughter's cell phone's got twice
Oh, I know, yeah.
that computer had.
That's
brought
funny.
it all home.
It's funny how technology just
Yeah.
is racing,
And now that
passing
huge
us old
computer,
farts
I mean,
by.
It had a CTR on it. I mean, it was huge.
Uh-oh, I didn't do it.
They're coming for you, Ranger.
Oh, I'm telling you, this place right along here, if it's going or coming, they got to go past here.
Yeah.
And they fly.
Well,
Well,
anyhow,
let me introduce
well,
my
let me
new
get this.
friend.
Well, let me get this started first.
Okay.
This can.
Who's on first? What's on second?
Welcome to
right?
Mondays with Mom. It looks a little weird. Mom's not here, but that's
It's
okay.
another mom.
There you go.
It's another mother.
Another brother from another mother.
There you go.
Another mother from another mother.
Well, that's the way it goes.
So anyhow, we're here and we're just going to do a little chit chat here. Get some of your history and some stories, and so we're going to let Bluegrass Barbie, Carla there.
Hey guys, it's Bluegrass Barbie here. This is my new friend Joe. How you doing, Joe? Say
Just
hey to
fine.
everybody.
What do you
Hi,
know?
everybody. How are you?
What do you know, Joe?
Okay, Joe, we're gonna ask you some questions.
Well, can I answer them?
Yeah.
Either that or plead the fifth. It don't matter. If you're anything like me, we're at the age that it really don't matter anymore.
No, it's
No, we don't mind it. It don't matter.
I used to worry about some of the stuff that I'd been a party to over the years, that there'd be somebody coming after me.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing real bad. It's just that when you work on the off the cuff with federal government,
Right.
son, you can kill 60,000 of them, and they don't care as long as they're the right one.
That's right. Someone in the mix there.
Yeah, they don't care how many bombs you throw or stuff you ain't supposed to have spread around, or your lies, innuendo. It
That's
just
right.
don't make a bit of difference.
Nope. Hey, you want to tell us some of your
So
stories
here's-
on that?
Oh,
Give
yeah,
me
well,
one
we
of those.
could, but well, somebody might shoot me.
Ah, Lord.
Well, you can say,
First off the bat, where was you born?
Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Mount Sterling.
all right, me too.
All right.
All right.
If you don't mind me asking, what
Well,
year was you born?
1949.
49.
Right.
Right back there.
Back in the day.
Yeah, in the day, not quite the dark ages.
No, not quite. You had electricity.
Well,
Some people did.
well, we didn't have electricity up at the farmhouse.
Well,
Had coal oil. I'm sorry, kerosene.
Kerosene.
now
yeah,
coal
for sure.
oil. That's
Coal oil, we
that's
know
exactly
what
what
that
it is.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Now explain to those youngsters, the Generation X and the millennials that don't know what you're talking about.
Well, coal oil is where they used to squeeze soft coal
Right.
and get the oil out of it. And then they decided that they needed gasoline and all that stuff. So they started refining oil, petroleum oil, and they broke it down. And for every gallon of gasoline you got a half a pint of kerosene. As they moved it up from coal oil, they started calling it kerosene. Same thing,
Same thing.
but you put it in a whatever. You put it in a lantern base, you put it in a lantern, and it's
Oh, yeah,
wick goes down in it.
Yeah, you use it to
and
heat
you
your
light her up,
house.
and as it draws it up, it burns, and you got a light.
Right.
As long as you took the little glass globe off, cleaned it out a little bit.
Because it smoked a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you'd
yeah.
you'd use it for
That's what that fire
light.
is.
You'd use it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Something's on fire.
You would
Right,
you'd
right.
use it to heat your house. You
Yeah.
could use it for a lot of things.
Well, the first trailer me and the wife had, it had a kerosene heater in it. Every day you'd have to go out. It had a big tank out beside it. And the little tank up high that it gravitated down in, well, you had to go up and you take a stick, you reach up there and you thump that little tank, see how much was in it.
Was in it.
And then you turn the crank and pump it out of the big
Pump
one
it
up
up.
into the little one.
For gravity feed. It was a
Yep,
gravity
and
feed
it
tank.
feed down and
Right.
it, well, I'm always satisfied that trailer should have been sold down in Florida, Southern Alabama, or something.
Wonder if it's a
Maybe that'll
hardware
be in-
store.
I don't know. We'll have to
Hardware
edit some of
store
this
back.
up. Yeah, that's back in there.
Right there, where that pole is with the
Quarry mine's one of them.
thing is, and then there's a fence back there. And I don't know what's
Well, that's a pretty
on
bad
the other
fire.
side. Then the road goes over and over there and goes up. That's the airport road, I think it is. Goes down and comes back into town way down yonder.
Okay, so so did you grow up in Mount Sterling all your life?
Mount Sterling, Montgomery County, and a little bit over the edge of Bath County down at Stepstone. We had kin folks. Lived out of Stepstone. In there, just went to school here at the old Mount Sterling High School.
Yep.
And worked on the farm, and then I got a paying job in town.
Right.
Flipping burgers at Jerry's.
At Jerry's.
And since you went to school, it wouldn't let you do but 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
Right.
So I pulled 15 hours a week at Jerry's, and then I got a job at Thompson's IGA for another 15 hours.
I remember Thompson's IGA back in the day at Jerry's too. Good restaurant. I bet you know some of my kinfolk. Pam. Well, you're going to have to bleep out the last name. Pam. She was one of the cooks back there.
Yes.
Kind of heavy-set girl.
Yes.
Dark-headed.
Yes.
That's my cousin.
Okay.
Yep, first cousin.
How about that? Yeah, we live in a not so bigger world.
It's hard to tell how many kinfolk I have.
So what was the first car you had that you remember?
The first car that I had that was mine, not Daddy's that let me borrow it. I learned to drive on Daddy's Ford pickup truck. Little 36 Ford with wire wheels. Boy, that's sharp little thing.
Yeah.
I learned to drive on it. When I was 9 years old. I was the only kid in the bunch with legs long enough to reach the pedals. So, you think, well, it's a big thing. You learn how to drive. Yeah, I went right to work for Daddy, doing whatever he wanted. And
another thing, them old cars and trucks, they had mechanical brakes on them.
Yes.
So it was basically you better have a good strong leg or you ain't gonna stop. Yeah. Whoa, horsey.
And then if you done it too much, you would stretch them rods.
Yeah,
so the next time you didn't have brakes.
Nope. You had to get out instead of adjusting the brakes. You had to tighten the rods up, take slack out of it.
An interesting story of that. My dad told me back when he was a kid the way they adjusted those brakes. He used to get out in the field. And a buddy would drive it, and he'd hit the brakes, and you'd see which one's locking up and which one's didn't.
Watch
and you just the ones that wasn't locking up, you tighten them up a little bit more until it was all locking up.
Picture that.
No, that's the way you did it.
That's exactly the way you did it.
Somebody doing that,
yeah.
And then if you wasn't watching, the person behind the car would smack into the back.
Oh no, you do it out in the field. No, you do it out in an old cow field
I got
somewhere.
a bad sense of humor.
No, you don't do it downtown.
You can see it, and then a lot of times, that truck had running boards on it about that wide.
Yeah.
And a little scrawny kid open the door and get out on the running board, hold on and look underneath, see what was happening.
There you go.
Could report to whoever was upstairs.
Move this over here. It's getting.
If they done that now, they'd be arrested and thrown under the jail.
Oh, you're kidding.
Child abuse, child endangerment.
Yeah, just pick a charge, right? Oh my goodness. The things that we did without seatbelts too.
What was that?
Yeah, they didn't have seatbelts back then.
We had Mama's elbow or Daddy's elbow,
Back growing up, what was some of the interesting gadgets you remember from back then?
Telephones.
We're talking about computers and stuff. What was the cool gadgets of the day?
The coolest thing that I remember, I thought, holy crap, why did somebody think of this? Was a remote control for a television.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, I had me a stick I'd made with a little fork on the end to turn the channels.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to turn it on or off, you turned up to the rubber end. And you stick it on there, and you could either twist it
and move it.
And turn it,
Lord have mercy.
push it off.
That's
now,
smart.
If you wanted to pull it on, I never figured that out. You just when you went in there, you'd pull it on and go sit in the easy chair.
Well, it'd take a few minutes to start up anyway.
Oh yeah.
So you have to pull it on, go make some coffee.
Light up, and then the picture will come on. It's crooked.
Yeah, you get the little dot in the center of the screen, and then it would kind of come on about 10 minutes later.
Yeah,
or hit the top of it.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, it would. And if that didn't work, you have to go over and fiddle with the rabbit ears.
Yeah.
Or go outside and mess with the big antenna.
Yeah.
Put tinfoil on rabbit ears.
Yeah.
That's another top secret.
Or a clothes hanger.
Clothes hangers. Anything, anything that would work.
Yeah, the thing about it is, that coat hanger, it worked better than the
It would.
Yeah, it
It
did.
was so weird.
Yeah.
And people might laugh putting tinfoil.
Yeah.
It actually helped.
It really
It
worked.
worked. That's what
But,
I tell people now. My house sure got aluminum siding on it,
Right.
and it's got a tin roof.
Yeah.
I can't no more get a cell phone
Oh, ours is the same way. We
Same
have
out
Same
at
way.
all. I got to sit in my wheelchair here,
Yeah,
sit
we-
in the front door
Yep.
if
Yeah.
I want to really talk to somebody.
Yep.
we have a metal roof. That's one thing we've noticed is the
Yeah.
signal. Forget it.
Oh,
But
man,
there's
it's-
one thing that we got to be thankful for. Speaking of this tinfoil, we don't have to put our hats on.
That's
Out of
right.
Tinfoil.
That's right.
To keep Uncle Sugar from
The whole house is shielded.
yeah, watching
It's
us.
a safe zone. We're in a safe
Yes.
zone.
Right.
Oh, I love that.
Well, the first car I ever had that I bought myself was a 49 Chevrolet.
49 Chevy. Ooh.
And I bought it. I was, let's see, what was I doing?
Wasn't that the last year Chevy did the flared fenders on cars? They started making them more of a sedan look.
They
in the
had fenders
50s?
on them.
It seemed like the
come out.
50. Yeah, they were
The
still
smooth ones was 55.
55. Okay,
That
I
was
was
the
trying to
first
remember.
smooth
Yeah,
one.
40,
I got a
49 to 55. They were in a kind of a
49
transition.
to 54.
Right.
There wasn't much difference in them.
Yeah.
The under was all the same.
Right.
In 53, they upped them a little. They went from a 216 six-cylinder to a 235.
235.
Yeah, big blazing
Oh,
power.
awesome. That was an awesome engine.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I've got a question
Yes.
for you. Do you remember when Channel 62 was Channel 62 or 36 was 62?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember when they were putting the tower up and they did a show? That was my daddy putting that big tower up, the old tower.
Oh, yeah.
That was my daddy.
All right.
The one fella, Zach, he was up there. He
Well, if
got
he grew up in Mount Sterling, he might
Yeah.
know your dad.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Nah.
Well,
But that was Zach Bruce.
yeah, Zach Bruce. He got too hot up there, and Daddy had to go get him down and finish what he was doing, putting that big tower up.
I don't know, but I think that's about one of the biggest last ones that he was on.
Yeah,
I
Daddy
know,
was on it.
I used to do stuff,
Mhm.
water towers around.
Yeah.
Get up there and work on them aircraft lights,
Oh, that
check
was
the
something.
levels,
Mhm.
actually gauge what's in the tank versus what it says it is
Yeah.
down below.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And mess with the telemetry. I used to do that, and then one day, think nothing about it,
So you were into aviation then?
I went up on the tank. Oh, aviation? Yeah, I had my private license there
Oh,
for a
wow.
while.
Daddy had
Wow,
his
cool.
airplane license
Yeah,
too.
for a while there, I had, I don't know, like 40 hours of advanced flight.
Yeah, I've always heard the old saying that a pilot that trusts his fuel gauges is a dead pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just can't
Exactly.
do
Well, I'll tell you
now.
what now, that's what, what's his name, John Denver? That's what killed him.
Yep.
He didn't manually check his fuel, and he ran out of fuel on that.
Do you
A lot of people
remember-
think it was the experimental plane that
Yeah,
killed
it
him.
was,
No, he ran out of fuel.
Then right out field crashed in the ocean.
Yeah.
You remember when Mount Sterling had a little bitty airport?
Yep.
They still got it, I believe. That's where Daddy got his license. And you remember what they do when you got your license? They cut the tail end of your shirt tail off and put your call letters on there.
Yep.
Daddy got his up there.
Well,
Yeah,
Did you know that?
no.
I
Yep.
think of who was running that out there.
The shirt you're wearing the day you get your pilot's license in Mount Sterling,
Well.
they would cut the tail end of your shirt off and they put it up on the wall and put your call letters and your name on it.
Yeah.
I bet your name's up there too.
Not there. I didn't get
No,
mine out
no.
there.
Well,
There was a Hill guy was out there for a
Uh-huh.
while. Before him, I can't think. But whatever, I got mine up at a little airport out of Spring Valley, Ohio.
Spring Valley.
First year I taught school. I taught in Lebanon, Ohio.
Wow.
And I've been doing this, that, and the other. I went over and talked to that old boy. Well, he had about 6 or 8 old Piper aircraft, J2s, J3s, sitting down against the fence with weeds all of them, a big for sale sign.
Oh, Lordy.
And I went up there and I talked to him, and he said, "Yeah, well, I got a few." And he pulled the door open, and I had about 6 of them lined up in there in various
Well.
stages of disrepair.
Nice.
He said, "Then I got 2 or 3 over here I actually will fly." And I ended up working on and off over there for about a year and a half, mowing grass, cleaning airplanes, learned how to dope the wings.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fringe benefit to that. That's the,
Yeah, it gets you higher than a kite.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
it certainly will.
And for the people at home, what doping means is the aircraft wasn't made out of aluminum; it was cloth that covered them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what that
Pull
dope
that
was,
over there,
right?
Stitched it. You got it all ready, and when you got it all done, you doped the edges,
Right.
and you just took it and like spreading varnish all
That's
over
right.
and again. When it dried, it would shrink. You could
It'd shrink up. Yeah, you could
flip a
bounce
quarter
it.
up,
Yeah.
and that quarter would hit, and it would pick two or
Yeah,
three
it'd bounce.
times.
Yeah.
Yep. And flip it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But yeah, that's funny. See, because I used to make balsa wood airplanes, and we
Yep.
same kind of stuff,
thing,
the same dope.
Bigger
Lord, you had to open the window. You get so high, you'd be like,
You'd be
wee.
grinning.
Well, if you wanted to get your head turned around backwards,
Oh, you would.
just open the jar, one sniff, and screw
Lord,
the lid
yeah.
back on, and that was it.
That gets you for the
you was
afternoon.
wasted for.
You was
Yeah,
happy trails.
yeah, that stuff.
And
I tell you
airplane
what,
glue,
woo.
the old aircraft glue, model glue, had the same stuff. in it.
Exact same stuff. And
That this old
then
boy.
they put mustard oil in it to
Yeah, to
keep
keep-
kids
Yeah,
from sniffing
yeah.
it.
This
And that,
one old
It
kid
was
lived
strong.
back over behind mother there. That was his top of the day. He'd go to the store and buy a tube of it.
Uh-oh.
And my aunt had a little cow barn out behind her house. She usually had at least one cow in there, sometimes two. You'd go out there and you'd find that kid laying out there with straw and horse, cow crap
Lord have
all
mercy.
over him. And that glue tube would be about 3/4 empty, stuck up his
oh,
nose.
Lord have mercy.
Stuck that last one. Well, he went on to be a big-time drug user.
Gee, I wonder why.
If there
Lord
was
have mercy.
anything
Yeah.
that could get him torqued, that he was.
Yeah, it's a shame
That's
people get
sad.
addicted
Yay
to
for
stuff.
I
Yeah.
know I'm giggling, y'all, but huffing ain't funny.
No, well, he
No,
also,
really,
he'd
it's not.
Give 2 or 3 cans of spray paint
Yeah, boy.
and a big old Kroger sack, and he'd put them cans down in there, and then he'd put that sack over his head,
Oh my
and
goodness.
he'd reach there on the outside, and he'd spray that paint,
Lord.
and just breathe her in, and then you look out alongside the road, you go out to the house there, and there he'd be laying there. My cousin, he was full of it. He said, "Hey, what color is his face today?"
Lord.
Well, it's green today.
Yeah, he's on the green paint today.
Yeah. Probably
Instead
run
of
out
blue
of
pill and red pill and blue pills, red spray paint or blue spray paint.
I'm telling you now.
Which color of fantasy was he on?
So when back in the day, what do you remember about doing things to save money to the budget?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You didn't do nothing because
You didn't have no money.
Not a whole lot to do.
It cost you, but you
Well, what did you do to entertain yourself? I mean, 'cause
work.
work exactly.
There's
Yeah.
always something to do.
Always something,
and,
yeah.
If you wanted to do something, then you might pick up a job somewhere. I know I mowed several yards.
Right.
I'd work all day mowing yards, and I'd come. By the time I bought the oil and the gasoline, I might have $4 or $5 after a day's work.
See, back in my day when I was younger, and I'm sure it was the same with you, because nowadays the government has chased tobacco out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Every
It used to
summer,
be
if
a
I needed
big
extra
thing.
money, I'd go cut tobacco,
I
house
used
tobacco.
to sell grits. Remember grits?
I sold
newspaper?
grits.
Grit news,
Yeah,
Grit
grits.
We'd
newspaper.
walk all up and down the road.
Yeah.
No wonder we
And,
didn't get run over.
I think I got my allotment was 40,
Yeah, yeah.
and I had
Put it on
30
each side.
something.
And
I wonder if
you'll
that
know.
newspaper's still around.
I-
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Matter of fact, I am a subscriber.
Oh, cool!
Wow.
Wow,
We're gonna have to check that
awesome.
out.
It's,
That was my
um,
first newspaper I saw.
I was wondering because
It's
That's
a
about
magazine
12.
now,
a
Yeah.
magazine.
We'll have to look that up.
bi-monthly, I
Uh-huh.
think. Comes in a little format. It's got
We'll have to look that up.
stuff in it.
There's another magazine like that. What's it called? Foxfire or Fire
Oh yeah,
Fox or
Foxfire
something?
was a big
Foxfire.
one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
one. Yeah, that's a big
That was
one.
That was a project. I used to have a whole bunch of them Foxfire books. Daughters got them now.
Well,
They started about, 40 years ago, maybe 35. 40.
yeah, they've been around for quite a while. They're
yeah.
kind of the same as Grit, but they're a little different.
Yeah, well now they bound them up and sold every year.
Oh, wow.
Thing. And the 40th or 45th anniversary copy is out now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, that'd be something to see.
I'll definitely, I want to look at it, put the links to all that stuff. Because
Yeah,
I thought Grip would look like went out of
Ogden
business.
Publications.
It's what?
Ogden.
Ogden.
Like Ogden Nash.
Yeah, well, see, the reason, and I remember Firefox is I lived in Utah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah, well, that's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Got a whole bunch of
Salt
Mormons
Lake.
out there stashing stuff.
Stashing.
Got their goats in the backyard.
So you're preaching to the choir on that one. Well, I had quite a few Mormon friends, but it's just odd.
I still got some in Florida and different places, and they're pretty
They're an
good
interesting
people.
bunch of people.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Now, speaking of religion, were you ever religious or kinda? Yeah.
Kind of hit and miss.
Mother was an anti-religionist.
Uh-oh.
Anti-religion.
Yeah. She said, "Will you believe what you believe, and hell with them over there at that church. All they want's your money." And
I love your mom.
There you go. And Daddy always said, anytime you, me, or me, myself, and I, said, we're just out there in the barn, so we can talk to the Lord just as well as
Amen.
To the church.
So was your dad a Christian?
Yep.
And your mom was?
She was a Christian.
Okay.
The thing about it is,
she was honest.
Her brother was a preacher.
Uh-huh. My grandfather was a preacher.
A Protestant. I don't remember which denomination he fulfilled, but he done real good and all. Then he got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And went to the doctor. Never had been sick. Went to the doctor. And the doctor said, "Well, you ain't got long to live. You got cirrhosis of the liver."
Oh no.
And he said, "Well, Doc, I don't drink." And he said, "You don't have to drink,
right,
to get cirrhosis. And it just comes on."
Right.
So, well, they called him to a church there in Montgomery County, and it was snowing. And he said, "I really didn't want to go," but Daddy went with him to help him stay out of the ditch. I had to walk.
Right.
Yeah.
Road was too bad, and then Daddy said we could wrap the rope around the cars.
Right.
We could have went, you know. But somebody would pick us up. It was 5 miles out to the church, and everybody went to church out there past him.
Oh no.
They got out there, and he preached his sermon.
They wouldn't even pick the preacher
And some old woman got up and said, "You ain't no preacher.
Oh my goodness.
You've been drinking on the sly all these years, and now you got cirrhosis. And you're going to die and go to hell."
Wow.
Out the door she goes. Everybody walks out. Daddy and my uncle, and Daddy's sitting there. Yeah. Said, "I told my brother-in-law there," said, "Son," said, "I've told you about these church people."
All right. Lord.
Some of them couldn't be judged.
That's like I've heard a lot of people that when they get lung cancer, the people around will do the same thing. "Yeah, I knew you smoked."
Yeah.
"No, I've never smoked in my life." "Well, you got lung cancer." "You had." "No, you don't."
My Aunt Angel, she died of cirrhosis of the liver. She never drank a drop.
There you go. It's just.
And I know she was a good Christian woman. Every time the door was open, she was at church, and they kind of looked down on her, and she knows she didn't drink it. We know she didn't drink. We seen her every day.
Yeah.
And it's sad how people can be judgmental.
Yeah. Well, speaking about
People
stuff like
in
that.
general are jackasses.
Yeah.
And as soon as you learn that they're like that and not to be really trusted,
Right.
you'll be a whole lot more prosperous.
They don't hurt your feelings too awful bad because you know the truth.
In other words, I'm your friend. I like you and love you to death. But if you mess me over, it's not going to surprise me.
That's right.
It ain't going to shock me.
This old boy I used to run around with, he said, "Yeah." He said, "I got one thing to think about people." He said, "They're either going to screw you, they're going to cheat you out of something, or they're just plain steal, or they'll be wanting to kill you." So,
take your wife.
Yeah.
Or your husband.
He said, "I just advise myself with a permanently implanted screw in my back."
Exactly.
And so that way, when you go by, all I got to do is spin it.
Just spin it a little, move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're grateful to have that screw in your back.